1.
Another good pot from the world number 17. That's something he wants to put to rights before the World Championship qualifying competition in April. Getting into the top 16 is massive, because if you are, you're seeded to the Crucible.
3.
The poor fellow who finishes 17th,
4.
and all of those below that, are thrown into the qualifying competition. For many years, if you were 17th to 32 in the world rankings, you only had to play in the final qualifying round just one match. But these days, no. Everyone on the tour has to play 3 qualifiers. So the difference between being world number 16 and world number 17 after the China Open is gargantuan.
16. 17.
Carter playing with understandable freedom here.
23.
If he did become involved in the qualifiers for the World Championship,
24.
it's a lot more nervy, as you might imagine. Carter's lead expands to 60 points, only 59 on the table. So if this goes in, the frame is basically over. Indeed, Xiao Guodong nods his head and concedes with Carter at the table. So breaks of 31 and 32 unfinished, to use billiards terminology, and Ali Carter takes a 1-0 lead. Tonight we will find out who wins Group 6 and goes through to the winners group in March. And what a lineup is already there. Class all the way. Neil Robertson, Jack Lazowski, Stuart Bingham, Mark Selby, Judd Trump. Great lineup.
Ali Carter to break.
Carter was on the back foot in this group immediately. He lost 3-0 to Mark Davis on this table first up yesterday morning. Then he suffered twin setbacks. A couple of deciding frame defeats, first by Stephen Maguire, then by Martin Gould, and finally last night he was beaten 3-1 by Barry Hawkins. So came here today with slim hopes. Similar story really for Xiao. He lost his first 2 matches 3-0. Then was beaten by Mark Davis. This morning lost to Barry Hawkins. So he'd lost 4 out of 4. Before, he played very nicely, I thought, to overcome Stephen Maguire 3-0, making breaks of 94 and 112.
1.
Good pot, and as it's turned out, not a bad kiss. OK, the cue ball is very close to the side cushion, but it's a good angle on the blue, and the reds are nicely spread.
6.
And what's more, the 3 highest value colours, in fact all 6 colours, readily accessible.
Cheers, Ali, thanks. 7.
Sensible shot that, really. He needed to be very precise to be on the black, and so played up for the pink.
Thanks. 13. 14. 20. 21. 28. 29.
It's going to be 3 groups and out for Ali Carter. Came in Group 4. Made the semi-finals there.
36. 37.
Lost his semi-final in Group 4 to Mark Selby 3-1. Then in Group 5, which was played here on Monday and Tuesday, he finished 5th. So didn't make the playoffs, but did enough to retain his participation in the tournament. And now this.
$42. 43.
Cleverly using one red to hold the cue ball as he potted another to middle.
$50. I counts of 50.
Wide of the mark. Not before, though. Carter had made a break of 50. And although he misses, he doesn't leave anything. And the cluster of 3 reds close to the left-hand side cushion very much in Carter's favour here, making it more and more difficult for Xiao to get back into the frame. all of the parties, the two players and the referee, looking to see whether it's a free ball, and it's clearly very close. Rob Spencer said, "I don't think it is," meaning that Carter has to clip off another red rather than just take the white away.
Foul. Unless Xiao Guodong for.
Well, that was rather adventurous. That's the kind of shot you see in a dead match. You never see that if this was a contest to determine who goes through to the semi-finals.
One. Eight. Xiao Guodong, 8. One.
A very nice pot and a kiss to match.
Five. Six.
Carter 44 points ahead. The black would make that 51, so still a little work to do. Especially now he's failed to make the positional cannon.
30.
The pink partially obscuring the bottom red there made Carter's life more difficult than normal.
Ali Carter, 30.
The red adjacent to the yellow will pot. Scruffy old frame now, isn't it? It's all very well saying the players are incentivised by £100 a frame, and of course they are, but the adrenaline has gone.
One. Three.
I was impressed by Xiao against Stephen Maguire. He was lucky to win the third frame on the pink. Maguire had a couple of really cruel incidents. One, a massive kick when he was in. Another, a huge bounce with the cue ball off the top cushion. But in the first couple of frames, I thought Xiao cued really well. Made breaks of 94 and 112.
Eleven. So Guodong, 11.
Gradually, incrementally, this table is becoming a little more open. Obviously, the red by the blue and the other red going close to a side cushion don't help Xiao, but things can change.
One. Seven.
Xiao's deficit reduced to just 33 points. 43 left.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. So Guodong, 7.
Carter looking down the line of the shot to see whether the red goes past the blue.
Whoa.
Oh, it did. Well cued. And now just the pink needed to leave Xiao requiring a couple of snookers. And you can rest assured, folks, after this he's going to be in one. I think we'll see a concession.
7, Frank. Alicante.
Indeed, Xiao concedes, and so by 70 points to 30, greatly assisted by a break of 50 early on, Alicante double. just skimming past the brown to leave a snooker.
One. Three. Four. Ten. Eleven.
Very agreeable angle on the blue. But that, after multiple kisses and a crash bang wallop around the table, that could have worked out a lot better. When you go into the bunch, you do need luck. Doesn't matter how good you are. And there, Xiao didn't receive an awful lot. Does have the red to middle, but it's tough.
17.
Oh, well played. Well played indeed.
Xiao Guodong. 70.
Well, they know the old phrase, all the hard work done and then wasted by a miss that no one expected. Classic case there. And only 17 points on the board. A lead that could be very quickly erased.
One. Six. Seven. Thirty. 40.
Xiao has already suffered 2 whitewashes in this group. A third might be looming.
21. $22.
Slight loss of cue ball there,
28.
hence marginally hampered queuing.
$29. $35.
Any time a cue ball is so close to the side cushion, this kind of pot can be missed, regardless of circumstance.
$36.
As such, good pot. And with each ball potted, it's looking increasingly bleak for Xiao.
43. $44.
Well, Xiao came into the tournament in Group 6, so he's only been with us for a couple of days here at the Ricoh Arena. Looks like he's going to finish at the foot of the round-robin table. Carter not mathematically there yet, but he's getting ever closer. And by potting the top red here, frees up the other one.
52.
Played for the blue there, on the incorrect side of it. Carter's break moves to 57. His lead goes to 40. So
57.
this red and a colour, and Xiao will need snookers.
Thank you. 58.
Frame and match ball missed. Oh, the cue's on the table, on the floor, I should say. The cue is on the floor. You heard it hit the carpet. Well, I must be honest, I'm surprised he was angry there. Okay, it's frame ball, match ball, but it's a comparatively meaningless frame and match. And he's in control of it anyway. Does show his passion, mind you. So Carter 41 ahead, 43 on. Trying to turn the screw. Given the scoreline, Xiao has to make contact. If he doesn't, he's going to need a snooker. And he hasn't made contact.
Foul. I count a 4.
Too narrow. And that's why referee Rob Spencer hasn't called a miss. He can't. Because Carter's now 45 ahead, 43 on. And that should be that.
I conceded. So he's 45 anyway. Yeah.
Now that was a display of sportsmanship from Ali Carter, because he thought that Xiao might be fine.